Hi, welcome to Archangel Revelations. My name is Yanni and my hair looks a fright. And I'm not really going to be showing myself, but it is 4:44 Angels time on June 7th, and I am giving you your message and word from God for all Tauruses, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus going into 2023, between now 2022. Well, actually, May 2022. I'm a little late, guys. I'm sorry about that. And to 2023. All right. So, if you want to follow along, please feel free in the book of Revelations here. And it's a hot day today here in sunny Florida, and it's just gonna get hotter. Welcome to summer. So Taurus, if you want to turn to the book of Revelations, book number 6, the seals. And remember, Jesus in me loves you, babies. All right. So the seals. I watched as the Lamb opened the first of the 7 seals. Then I heard one of the 4 living creatures say in a voice like thunder, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a white horse. Its rider held a bow, and he was given a crown, and he rode out as a conqueror bent on conquest. When the Lamb opened the 2nd seal, I heard the 2nd living creature say, "Come." Then another horse came out, a fiery red one. Its rider was given power to take peace from the earth and to make men slay each other. To him was given a large sword. When the Lamb opened the 3rd seal, I heard the 3rd living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a black horse. Its rider was holding a pair of scales in his hand. And then I heard what sounded like a voice among the 4 living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a day's wages, and 3 quarts of barley for a day's wages, and do not damage the oil and the wine." When the Lamb opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. They were given power over a 4th of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. And when he opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of those who had been slain because of the word of God and the testimony they had maintained. They called out in a loud voice, "How long, sovereign Lord, holy and true, until you judge the inhabitants of the earth and avenge our blood?" Then each of them was given a white robe, and they were told to wait a little longer until the number of their fellow servants and brothers who were to be killed as they had been was completed. I watched as he opened the 6th seal. There was a great earthquake. The sun turned black like sackcloth made of goat hair, and the whole moon turned blood red, and the stars in the sky fell to earth, as late figs drop from a fig tree when shaken by a strong wind. The sky receded like a scroll, rolling up, and every mountain and island was removed from its place. Then the kings of the earth, the princes, the generals, the rich and the mighty, and every slave and every free man hid in caves and among the rocks of the mountains. They called the mountains and the rocks, "Fall on us and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who can stand?" So Taurus, this is a message from God here today in the summer of 2022, going into the year 2023. This is an annual message for all of you. To be prepared for the great earthquake. Because you feel it, Taurus, don't you? You feel the shift. You feel the change. And we know the Four Horsemen are upon us. And we will know the Four Horsemen are upon us. It will be quite evident. One of the horsemen will be a white horse, will be riding on a white horse. And they will be ruler. They'll be given a crown, bent on conquest. To me, the vision I'm being given is Putin, honestly. Putin is a horseman, the white rider. And then there will be another horseman on a black horse. And its rider will be given a pair of scales in his hand. So the next horseman will be a judge. One who can judge the living and judge who can eat. Will be a dictator, I'm sure. Will be most likely a communist, because that's how communists do. They take a day's wages, they divvy things evenly amongst the people. Like a quart for a day's wages, 3 quarts of barley for a day's wages, stuff like that. But don't damage the oil and the wine. So they'll be very into drinking and money and oil. To me, the horseman on the black horse is Biden. And when the Lamb opened the fourth seal, the fourth living creature, and you have the next horseman who will be coming on a pale horse. Oh, wait a minute. There was another horseman, and he was on a fiery red horse, and he was given power to take peace from the earth and to make men slay each other. And to me, I feel like that horseman is actually, well, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. You got Putin, and then who's the other guy from Ukraine? I mean, Putin can be the fiery red horse, right? Putin could be the red horse, and then what's the Ukrainian leader's name? Oh my goodness, my mind just left me at brain fart. I think his name is Tvakowski, or anyways, you know who I'm talking about, the Ukrainian leader. I don't know, I just brain farted. Anyways, I can see him being one of the horsemen too, because he's leading his people into a war to be slain, and he's given power to take peace from the earth. I think that would be Putin. Was given power to take peace from the earth and make men slay each other. Yes, I think that might be Putin, and the red horseman, and then the white horseman, the first one would be Tchaikovsky. He was bent on a conquest, so it's given a crown. Yeah. So that would be the Ukrainian leader, okay. Then you have the pale one. This rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. So, and this was the fourth of the earth to be killed by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. I almost feel like the last horseman would be the guy who invented the vaccine. I can't remember what his name is, but yeah, the one who made the vaccine, because I believe that brought upon war, famine, and plague, and the wild beasts of the earth and so forth. It's the person who invented COVID. So you got those horsemen. So when we opened the fifth seal and you saw under the altar that, those who had been slain because of the word of God and the testimony that they had maintained. So there are a lot of people being slaughtered and killed that are innocent. And their souls are being held. And they want to avenge their blood, because they were taken against their will. And each of them are on the other realm, overwatching us in white robes, and they're holding on until the number of their fellow servants and brothers are also killed, and as they have been killed, and they're watching until the sixth seal is open, which will be the great earthquake. And so then we will see the moon turn to blood and the stars fall from the sky and the scrolling receding of the sky, and everybody will be living in a mountain somewhere. Yeah, it doesn't sound very promising, does it? Revelations. No. But once it happens, there's no denying that it's actually happening now. Is there any denial of that? For the great day of this wrath has come, and who will be able to withstand it? There will be people who can and who will. And remember, those who were slain that were innocent are helping you too in the Holy Spirit. So you are not alone. But you must make that connection now. You must. And you must find it in your heart to not be compliant, but to avenge those who are being slain innocently, like the lamb. And it won't matter if you're king, or if you're prince, or if you're general, or if you're poor, or if you're rich, or if you're mighty, or if you're a free man or a slave. Everyone's going to be equal in the eyes of the Lord. And no longer will your power mean anything in this world when you've lost everything that you've attained. You will just be and who will you blame but yourself? Who will you blame? You can't blame anybody else. It's natural, it's common, it's nature. It's fate, it's destiny. So, it's time that you buck up and you put on those horns. It's time to pick up your horns, Taurus. It is time. And I'm going to go into the intuitive part of your reading here today. Thanks be to God in the name of Jesus. Oh. So, Taurus, I was looking into your energy, and there's a tower moment with a Gemini, and they don't want it to be over with you, Taurus. They don't. And you come up as the Queen of Cups in the tarot here, and you're under strict orders from the divine. So don't shake in the eyes of people who are not of your caliber, Taurus, because you are breaking karmic cycles. And this is not easy. This is not easy at all. You need to celebrate the good things and ignore the negative, Taurus. You need to find the big, bold energy of Taurus season, which just passed, because this is sacred energy. It's symbolism of birth, death, transformation. It's a life force energy, and you are an anchor. And how we move through the world in this deep-rooted energy, because it's a fixed earth energy. So, how do you show up over time and enjoy the beauty and complexity of life? Think about that. How do you show up, Taurus? Have you been showing up? Now, about our confidence and motivation of standing in your truth and what your purpose is in the world. Let's think about that. Because you have a guardian angel that's by your side. And it's time there's this clean slate, Taurus. You are at a precipice. And you get to start over clean and new. It's a very guarded, well, actually, you may seem very guarded with whom you give your energy to. That's okay. Because every time you're not in nature, you are not grounded. And when you distance yourself from nature, the more sick you will get. Remember, too much sun is toxic, so hydrate. But be disciplined, be smart concerning financial matters. If you want to go on your own way and mix money with emotions, don't Don't feel you need to go your own way. Don't mix money with emotions. Yeah. Don't do that. There's a physical connection and integration with the earth consciousness as a rebirth of a new person. So open the gate to future energies. It's an energetic, physical, you might feel some physical symptoms like inflammation of the joints, pain in your left rib, but this is a DNA shift. And you may see physical appearance changes, Taurus. This is normal. You are going through a physical transformation. And someone that you may come across, you may have a spider as a pet. And this person will be triggering your self-worth or self-esteem. And be careful, things are not as they seem with this person. But there's potential for true love. There really is. This year for Taurus. You seem more stable and safe. And what sort of lessons and healing are being learned through this soul contract? Maybe pride and ego is in check. Maybe you want to get that revenge bod. Well, it's time to take off your masks, because you and this person are meant to teach one another how to be real and authentic and realize the best versions of yourself, which are the authentic versions of yourself. I actually have, I don't know if you could see in the video, I have this Easter lily right here that was given to me by a Taurus. Where is it? Yeah, it's right here. This right here is my Easter lily that was given to me by a Taurus. And who is my mom, and she gave it to me on Easter. So like an Easter lily that only blooms in season, it has now wilted, and its seedlings are being rebirthed. You see these little seedlings right here? They're coming up. And even though the plant in the middle is all dead now, it's still growing. Because I always told my mom, I don't want flowers because flowers die. Well, I was kind of bummed when this Easter lily died. But then when I saw these little seedlings, it made me think of you, Taurus, because you're being rebirthed. You too, Taurus, signify this transformation of this Easter lily, and it only blooms during its season. Well, during your season, come May of 2022, you will be healing. And then come Gemini season, you'll be sprouting seedlings like this and rebirthing yourself from scratch, from the beginning. You are starting a new you, a new version of yourself, and a more authentic version of yourself. Probably the realest version of yourself you've ever seen is what I'm showing here in this channeled message that I've been channeling for all of 2022, going into 2023. And I would like to conduct a key spread. And this key layout can open the door to insight regarding hidden unconscious aspects of yourself, Taurus. This will be a general reading for the here and now and insight into your interiority. The first card I will pull will be the root in what is being repressed. And I will show you how to unlock it. The second card will be the yin card, which is your female passive aspect. The third will be the yang card, your male active aspect, or the masculine. Fourth card will be the meditation. The fifth card will be the insight into your body. The sixth card will be the insight into your heart. And the seventh card will be the insight into your very soul and being. And then the eighth card, the final card, will be the soul consciousness and understanding. So I'm going to do that probably in the next video. And I gotta keep an eye on this because these videos like to stop on me for no reason. Alright, so now that I told you all the goody good, let's get on with the other messages intuitively here. Now sometimes I like to get a better perspective of your reading, your energy. I sometimes look at other tarot readers. I want to give a shout out to my Cards Never Lie Tarot, and she's giving me a message here for you, Taurus. Now, the message is, if someone is waiting for you to reach out, they are going to be waiting a long time because you are stubborn, Taurus. So that is a long standoff or continuation. It's not going to go anywhere. And this person is stubborn too because they have a lot of fire sign energy in their chart. So they're holding back on you, but still feel a bond with you, Taurus. And you're both mirroring each other. They think you will show your true emotions, but Taurus, they think that you will show your true emotions, Taurus, by acting this way towards you. I don't know if it's going to work, but we shall see. Also, set realistic goals moving forward, and taking baby steps that are necessary is progress. Even if they're just baby steps, it's still progress. So take those steps, Taurus. Take those baby steps. Now, a bond between you and a knight of, I don't know, it's a knight. Someone younger than you. Maybe. Male energy, perhaps. Part of your soul group. Or a King of Pentacles energy developing. So they're a knight going and trying to be a king. You need to anchor for these relationships here because this person has a little bit narcissistic traits, and they are experiencing epiphany at this time. Choose the shade to a tree that is always in bloom, because only the heart can speak such truth. The mind will need to bow to the heart, so the heart shall prevail. So follow your heart, and only your heart, Taurus, is the advice here for you. Another reader that I like to give a shout out to, and she's speaking up. I listened to her Taurus season video, is Sarah Verba. So big shout out to Sarah Verba. And Sarah Verba says, trusting yourself and how you are changing is fundamental, Taurus. This is a time of integration for you, Taurus. Because this is about our confidence and motivation of standing in our truth and what our purpose is in the world. So right now, Sarah Verba sees you releasing old, ancient, generational curses that have been grounded to the earth for eons. This release is very powerful and liberating, so you must give it to your higher power and submit. Stand on the earth barefoot and pray to your higher power. Actually, that's a message from me, not from Sarah Verba. That's a message from me, okay? This is a time of integration, because you are going through an epiphany as well, Taurus. You are at war with yourself right now, and that moment of letting yourself know and heal it gives a slow progression of knowing you are at odds with yourself. So what is that right step? You wonder. There's someone for you, someone or ones that are destined to be with you. There's soul contracts. Something is balancing itself out. And you are wearing an angelic blindfold, Taurus. You're blinded to it. But binding a feather, if you get a feather, bind it with a string, is a sign your guardian angels are nearby. So if you find any binding of a feather, it's a sign, okay? Which is kind of funny because I want to tell you a story. This just happened to me the other day. I have a cat, and we got a lot of birds in our backyard here. And one day I come out and I see a feather. And I like to collect feathers because of angels, and I think it's a sign. So I'm like, oh, it's a feather, and I pick it up and I put it with all my other feathers. Then later I come out and I see it. There is a dead bird, and my cat obviously mangled the heck out of it. There was a lot of feathers in my backyard. And now, so I take that as a sign. When it says binding a feather is a sign your guardian angels are nearby, yeah, I think that's a sign. But this is a surprise run, and it's destined. If you see the angel number 666, 666, 3 sixes in a row, when this communication happens, you will finally make peace with something evil you were thinking. You want change or growth beyond what you are experiencing. So you get a surprise run-in with an ex-lover. Communication may be feeling a little uncomfortable for a bit, but you will finally make peace with it. So you experienced a betrayal with this person, an ex-lover of yours. I see you getting that surprise run-in, and that's not the only reader that has said this. You are going to be experiencing a surprise run-in with someone that you used to be in love with. So, someone with fire in their sign attributes, or fire sign attributes. Good on the eyes, egotistical, likes to stroke their ego a lot, and is offering you a lot of choices or options, but it's an illusion, Taurus. It's an illusion. Remember who they are. So come Gemini season, which we are upon right now, you get your horns back, Taurus. And June 16th, remember this date, because I see a birth canal, a rebirth. I see you. Unrecognizable when you look at yourself in the mirror. Maybe you got the status of empty going on, going through a time of replenishment. Maybe you're feeling unbalanced. Well, I see you heralding a new environment, a new sense of self. When you let go of something this time, it feels different. I see you are excited about it. That's cool. I see you with a person who you're meant to help one another to let go of shit that is no longer serving you, to be better versions of yourselves, and you're helping one another feel more stable and safe. So there's some visions. Now on to the advice for Taurus. Taurus, what's some good advice from the angels? Let's see. Protect your peace, energy, and know your worth, Taurus. That's some good advice right there. Take note of what people are speaking to you. Where are you letting your mind wander to? Is it worth obsessing over? Is it? Think about that. You tend to obsess over a lot of things, Taurus, and is it really worth it? You gotta question that. You may not feel you are worthy of love, so people have begun mirroring this back to you. Well, once you start believing you are worthy by loving yourself, you, Taurus, only you, raise the bar. Remember that. Tauruses are meant to raise the bar. So don't put your butt down by waiting. Do it now. You may be feeling of deep depression, deep disconnection with reality and the outside world, and you're in a funk, Taurus. It's time to snap out of it. Get your head out of the sand and face reality. You're falling into the diversion trap. Start educating yourself and doing your research, and stop escaping and start awakening. It's time that you start owning up to the times that you didn't show up and transition into shame, embarrassment, and sitting with ourselves. Just accept the messy process of it and reflect that you are listening to your inner voice, and initiate the little steps that is feeling true for you in this moment. Initiate those little steps. It's time to initiate, to take action. Simply get specific. What would make you happy? Getting back to basics. Think of the purity of how a scent brings us home. Excuse me, sorry about that. How you could smell something and it brings back a memory of good times. Looking through the world as a child again, finding wonder in nature. Question how you use words, how you receive words, because we are redeeming ourselves during this Mercury retrograde season. So go ahead and ask yourself the deeper questions, because you need to catch up. Are we catching up? How am I doing? Am I with myself? Am I really hearing and willing to hear? Am I allowing myself to express? Or am I allowing that connection to occur? Are you? Are you, Taurus? Are you communicating and keeping that thread with the people that are surround you? Holding on to that thread, are you communing with the people around you? Think about that. Question yourself. Question your words. Question your actions or your non-actions. Non-actions are say a lot about who you are. So question that. Because this is the time of integration. We are right now opening up a channel of creative energy. Having that deep conversation is something beautiful. And living in the moment, such as petting your cat or allowing your inner knowing and giving you what it wants to give you, and breaking out the paints and the pen an article or a book, like getting in tune with our creative energy, letting it flow naturally. These are things that help you find out who you are. They're a part of you, so allow them to occur. Allow these things to happen, because there are answers to your questions that will come when you do this, when you paint, when you write, when you create, when you when you dance, when you sing, all this, they help you find your answers to those questions. They help you guide that inner child and ground into your playful childlike energy. So say positive things each morning to open up the gates of this manifestation. Say positive things to yourself. Surround yourself with positive people and avoid negativity. Take time to rest and recuperate, because karma is served. Karma is served. And you can feel it. So go outside, get a change of scenery, and see the bigger picture, Taurus. Elevate by being a force of positivity. Rise above. Turn away from that which does not assist your higher purpose. And if there is a surprise run-in that's destined, wouldn't you want to be the best version of yourself? Well, it's coming. Okay? And the karma could be pretty ugly if you're not ready for it. Your communication is coming out a lot more bolder, more cutthroat. So think twice before you speak, Taurus, this year. I see you burning a lot of bridges just by the way you communicate. So be careful. Your money luck is always lucky for you. So get up, go off on your own. Your debts are clearing up, I see, in 2022. So that's good. Prosperity for you, Taurus. Let people go with grace and love. And one way you could do that is by journaling, writing, and manifest about money and luck. You want money? Start thinking of ways you can make money. And they'll happen. They'll happen. I can see that in your future. You're going through an intense healing at the moment. And when you're plugged into the cosmic womb, you'll be witnessing 4 types of yourself. And you want to figure out what needs to be let go of. And you're moving towards the gatekeeper and future energies of this present moment. Now think about it. Which self do you wish to repair and transmute? And which selves do you want to let go of? You're tapping into a higher state of consciousness, which is being birthed inside of you. And your combative selves, there's combative selves inside of you that need to heal and need to be let go of. Stop combating with yourself. Stop being your worst enemy. Stop self-sabotaging. There are versions of yourself that do that. It's time to let those versions of yourself go. And I actually got this message from, big shout out to the Rare Gazelle. She's wonderful. In her reading for You've Been Here Before, but It's Different, she explains 4 locks, 4 selves, and 2 keys. And the selves are the ones that I was speaking of. There's 4 versions of yourself that you have experienced in the past. And there's 4 ideas, which are the locks, in which you've created these versions of yourselves in the past. And there's only 2 keys that you get. And you get to pick you only get to pick one. Only 1 lock, 1 self, and 1 key. So you're doing a lot of soul searching. Now, when you let go of something, it feels different this time. and you feel excited about it, she said. A person that you love is very theatrical and puts on a show for you. They may speak harsh or sweet sometimes, and they're trying to figure out how to melt your heart. I see community work that they're displaying to you and trying to adjust, and they'll do anything to put a smile on your face, Taurus, because they have a lot of willpower and persistence and a wide range of personality, and they're able to diversify themselves. They'll help you look at the bigger picture because they like you, and you two are matched perfectly for each other. There's actually potential for true love, because you were meant to help one another, see things from a higher perspective. Very loving, youthful vibe, romance, traditional experience. There's a lot of memories there. And you're meant to help one another let go of shit that is no longer serving you. You two of you are actually kindred spirits. You're a collaborative team, complementary dynamic. This person wants to bring balance into the connection but feels stuck. And this person is consciously aware that there's a separation that is divinely guided, and it's becoming increasingly harder to resist your love. Now, what's on their mind is the good, the bad, and the ugly. And in their heart, they see you as the Queen of Cups. Now I see Taurus releasing, walking away, and moving on. And there are moments of letting go. I see you finding peace and true meaning of unconditional love for one another. Let the gratitude and appreciation for everything happen. And this person has been through, that you and this person have been through. Just let there be gratitude and appreciation for that, regardless of what they have given you. Unconditionally love them and wish and want more for them. And this will actually shift your energy as well. Now, that right there is the advice. Now on to the not so, the yuck, the not so great advice, or just the shit. Last but not least, the yuck. All right, stop laying in bed, Taurus. Trust your instincts and discern the truth of